And she's so excited because she says, Daddy must have the lambs down in the barn. He's got the new straw there. He's probably bottle feeding them, holding them in his arms. And she runs down. She goes to the third story of the barn and no lambs. The second story, no lambs. And the first story, no lambs. But she hears the tractor outside. And she runs out behind the back of the barn and she sees the tractor. And then she looks at Daddy and she sees Daddy holding something in his hands. It was the last dead lamb. And I'm getting ready to throw it in the ditch. And before I do, she comes running up to me and she looks at me and she sees the dead lamb and she doesn't know quite how to react. She doesn't know what's going on yet. And she looks down inside the ditch and she sees 21 dead lambs. And my 9-year-old little Jennifer looked at her daddy with that last dead lamb in my hand. And she said, Daddy, you're not a good shepherd. You're not a good shepherd. And she ran up to the house. What do you do? I don't know how to become a shepherd. I don't know what to do. And maybe that's what God wants to hear from all of us. Maybe He's waiting for us to say that. And then the Lord can say, well, you weren't intended to do it in the first place. You need my help. For the first time in my life as a parent, I cried out to God to change my heart. Now the boundaries had to start with me and not my son. It wasn't that his will needed to be broken, it was mine. And I'll never forget what happened that night as I knelt there beside that open window and I wept and I wept. When you have nothing else inside of you, when you have no more control and it's outside of your control and there's nothing you can do, he was gone. At 12 years old, he said he hated me. At 14 years old, he ran away. And as I knelt there beside that window, asking God, whatever it takes, Lord, I want you to change me, change my heart so that my son will want what his father has to give him, to reach his heart. Do whatever it takes. We live in a day when extreme measures are needed. Moms and dads, husbands and wives, we need to get dirty for God. And you want to know where it starts? On our knees, crying out to God and saying, God, forgive me. Help me to love. Help me to give. Help me to be a blessing. All I can say is this. Giants need extreme measures to be driven out. And where it starts is not on your feet with sword drawn, but on your knees, crying out for help for the God who can cast them out once and for all. So I would invite you, if there are giants that you need to cast out today on your knees, maybe this would be a good time to start. Maybe others would follow.